I love our intro. Hey, y'all, and welcome to the Reality Check Report. I am your host, Aurora.
And I'm Miss O.
And today we are doing a Reality Check Report rundown. We're doing a report rundown. I love it. So I'm just being extra, y'all. Get into it. Friend, it's been a week, hasn't it?
Yes. It's been a long week. And it's just
Y'all.
Tuesday.
I thought it was Monday. It's been that long of a week. I said we back in Monday again. And that's, yeah. So as moms, we've had an eventful time this past week.
Yes.
We definitely spend most of our morning sharing that. But we're going to get straight into it because y'all not hear about our family tea. We'll save that for a different podcast. We are here to talk about this week's shows and updates. The report rundown is us just kind of giving a nod to all the week's highlights that we want to talk over. We're going to just give a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You guys feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I know you guys are new to our page. Welcome. We are here to give you the tea and to help you determine what's real and what's BS. Right, friend?
Right. We're going to get into Real Housewives of Atlanta, and we all know Portia is on their BS.
Ooh, yes. Okay. So our first clip, we're going to play some clips for y'all today. Our first clip is going to be a little bit about Zeus. Now, we don't really talk about Zeus in YouTube, and we are going to get into that later. It could have been love with Drewski, but we don't really get into the off non-standard network shows. And I'm a Zeus fan. I've been watching Baddies. I've been watching Jocelyn's Cabaret. I've been watching Erica Mena, Two Ways of Love. I even watched, the Bad Boys of Texas and things like that. I'm a Zeus fan. I've been paying for the subscription, but I didn't realize in the news lately, there's been a lot of tea about not only the drama that surrounds the crew, the hire, the cast. It's about the background people. It's about Lemuel Plummer. Girl, oh my God. We're going to run the clip and get straight into it because, y'all, this is crazy. I did not know there was so much interesting stuff going on and sneaky stuff going on. Although it is Hollywood, we know it's going to happen, right? It's just, girl, it baffles me. Yeah. Okay, let's run. Anything to say before we get started about this particular? I don't think you've seen it yet, huh, friend? Okay, yeah. So it's a first watch for her. Yeah, so I want y'all to see what they're talking about in this show. Okay, this is just crazy, just crazy. Just experiencing a little delays, y'all. Come on now.
Pretty guards and designer clothes and purchases. Let me just read this. New home, RVs.
They bought me a truck for my birthday.
The Zeus Network bought you.
Zeus bought it.
Cybertrucks, cars, jewelry, and he's giving out bags to everybody who walks through Zeus's door. The partners who initially kept the lights on and made Zeus what it is today received nothing. Don't let the internet and lemon pepper fool you. We put them on. This guy's a fraud. I had a call a few years back with Lemmy and Jason Tolbert, who's also works there and is too cowardly to say something because he was on the phone call. And Lemmy is like, you guys are fucking losers. I'm going to drag this case until you all broke. Zeus is worth $1 billion. You can't beat the machine. You'll never beat Zeus. And he's been dragging it. We spent over $1 million on lawyers already. Oh, they're not even part of the company. We have to sit up there and prove that he's on some bullshit. So we'll spend 3 months and a couple $100,000 just to prove that he's telling another fucking lie. We've been literally fighting this dude in court for 2 years, y'all. I found out that Zeus has multiple lawsuits that Lemmy done settled behind our backs. And when you hear all these women on TikTok or you hear Ray J going off and shit.
To all the women that's going through this with Lemmy and going through this with Zeus, we hear you and we're going to help you.
We're going to stay in this room for 3 to 4 hours until you do
what I tell you to do.
I don't f- with that nigga.
Why not? Wait. You worked with him
He's
before?
like the Black Harvey Weinstein.
So while Lemmy flies on his private jets and throws out money to crowds off of a career full of lies, keep in mind that if he can do this to his partners, imagine what he would do to someone who is not. Till this day, Lemmy Plummer walks through Paris with 5 security guards in designer clothes and purchases. Let me just read this.
So allegedly, and let's go ahead and be 1,000% honest, because we don't know for sure until the courts say what the courts say and the things are final. You know, it's all alleged. But yeah, they're saying he's fraud. He got all these investors, including people like Amanda Cerny, which is a really popular character, a really popular influencer on Instagram. What's his name? Not King Bach. That's him. King Bach invested a lot of money into these into this particular platform, as well as himself, and they brought other people on to do shows for like little to nothing, or to get paid, out of their pockets to go create these shows, and then came in the subscriptions, and then Lemuel Plummer allegedly just let them all in the dust.
Sound like a Ponzi scheme to me. That's what it sounds like. That's exactly what it sounds like. I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul. And in the meantime, I'm going to splurge on expensive gifts and allegedly pass STD around to the cast of shows. So, I mean, over $1 million just to discredit somebody in the court system, like, this is ridiculous.
I can't even imagine what you would have to, like, doing all this with no paperwork, for one. A whole company like this, a whole production company without any paperwork determining what I'm investing in is covered and reimbursable, and I'm buying partnership into the company. Like if that's the case, I almost want to say shame on Lemuel for doing that to people, but I think that's kind of part of the business that you really got to be mindful for, because that is a known part of business practices, getting screwing people out of money. Oh, you gonna throw this money in there? Okay. I never confirmed or denied that I would pay you the money back, but since you were under the impression that would be the situation, then we're just gonna, that kind of thing. Like,
see, a lot of people go into business like it just be an idea, but then you got somebody that can make the idea become reality. And somebody be like, okay, I'll throw the money towards you, but y'all not having a contractual conversation about what's coming in and what's going out. And I remember when Zeus first started, that wasn't the platform that it was. It was kind of like, it reminds you of Vine, where you have all the famous little people doing little stuff on there, and then it just switched. But I don't consume that much Zeus content. Now, I am aware of the stuff in the blogs, but the content itself, I don't consume it as much. The things I done heard about him.
You ain't missing much, but you're from Detroit, so you probably seen the same type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Around here. By the way, I know y'all wondering where my friend accent come from. She is from Detroit, right? I mean, don't let me speak for you, right?
Look, born and raised in Detroit, but I moved to Texas at 20, and I've been here ever since, and you can hear
it. You can hear it. See, she got it a little bit in there. A little bit of both worlds. But yeah, so I think from being from Detroit, you probably seen a lot of crazy stuff yourself. Me being from Texas, growing up, like, this is stuff like I've only seen on World Star. I'm not saying we don't have fights out here, because we definitely do. But I'm just saying, like, this level of ratchetness where it's just cool to be this wretched is beyond me. Now, I love to watch it because I'm going to watch it from the safety and security of my own, but I will not surround myself with types of women personally, because I have a brand to protect. Okay. And although I'm sure they're all pretty lovely in real life and they cool, and I do have my favorite, shout out to Tink and Tasiki. I really, and Anamac, but I really just, I stand back behind because this is just craziness. Like I'm just gonna play y'all real quick because Baddies Africa has officially kind of kicked off the auditions. So for some reason they decided to go to Africa and they think they're gonna fight like a motherfucker out there, right? Like what?
Just take the bullshit over across seas. Oh my God.
That's exactly the wrong thing to do. Okay. So let me just play this clip real quick so we can do a little intro of what the baddies got going on. Okay, here we go. And I love Saucy Santana on this show, by the way. He is meant for this show as a T clocker.
He got to do something. That career ain't doing that.
His career is working. Okay, yep. This is like, yes, girl. They got somebody granny on here, and apparently I've seen a follow up kind of post where this kind of made her popular or whatever. So now she's possibly getting booked. Jaleesa, she's so out of place on this show. She's so nice and classy and well spoken and put together, and all these other girls, they just be fighting all
What's
around.
Your name? Where you from?
Hey, I'm Fee Johnson. I'm from Philly.
You from Philly?
Yes.
And why you a baddie?
I heard the niggas get silly in Philly.
Oh, you said what?
I heard the niggas get silly in Philly.
Oh yeah, we get real silly in Philly. Oh yeah, big. None of these big. I don't even no more. My up a tear.
Yeah, and I like that.
I'm a stud baddie.
I like a fatty.
I knew you.
Yeah.
So
you just gonna be in the house in the.
I mean, if you said it though. I didn't say it.
No. I'm always good for telling what somebody else said. Carisha, please. She said. You heard I like that.
I heard you like girls for real.
I like anacondas.
Excuse me, Snoop. Excuse me.
And that's how it goes. What you think, Frank?
To each his own. I'll probably watch it, just the clips on the blogs, but I'm too old for that shit. You put your hands on me, bitch. I'm pressing charges. I'm pressing charges on your ass. I do not have time for it. Don't put your hands on me. Now, back in the day, I was down the dip. I ain't got too old for that. I ain't got time to be rolling around on nobody's ground for no reason whatsoever. I'm gonna press charges on your ass. So keep your hands to yourself. And anyone out there that's thinking about it, keep your hands to yourself because I'm gonna put you in jail. That's crazy. Girl. I'm interested to see how this go. I mean, we see the stud already got a ticket from Saucy Santana, so she in the house for now.
Listen. It's finna get crazy. And the Erica Mena show's on there and they are wilding too. I'm gonna play a real quick clip of that as well. Cause I know it's got your favorite, your family favorite, Aaron the plumber on there.
I don't know why.
Cause let me tell you something. Your baby can definitely, we're not gonna say his name, but your baby can definitely put on the Aaron the plumber impression in a real way. I love it when he says like him. Okay, let me go ahead and play this. Oh, girl, let me show you, girl. This is just outlandish, girl. I keep clicking on these damn things, and they're not even. I keep thinking it's a video. You never know what's a video. I'm slow, y'all. Don't mind me.
No, she not.
She no, I'm not. I'm just playing. I'm a little though, but not a little slow. Oh my gosh. Okay.
So is what's his name? Jason Lee's Hollywood Unlocked thing. Is that through Zeus?
Excuse me. It now is.
Okay.
It wasn't always.
Okay. Because I was about to say I don't remember it being under Zeus, but hey, Lemmy said shit, they done locked up Diddy. Let me go ahead and wrap everything up under Zeus.
He gets a lot of views on Facebook. I watch him on Facebook. He gets a lot of views on there. But I feel like he's definitely interviewed some of these people before, like Annalie Chopper. I know he's interviewed the people before, so maybe he brought on like his best.
I don't know.
On Lemon. I love that he have him on there because Jason is running for office.
He won.
Oh yeah, he won. But I'm just saying, like, he bringing on political people now to kind of like give him some credibility, and I love it as a journalist, right?
Yeah.
So I love that for him. But okay, so let's go to this Erica Mena. Piper is what they called him, but we all know him as Aaron the Plumber from the 20v1 or the Red Balloon. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Like, it's a freaking reel and it don't even play a dang clip. Let's see. Freeway, I couldn't wait to have with you. So these are all the characters from the show. You can definitely see who's great and who's not, who's interesting, who's not. This man, Pussy Breaker, did pass away. He did get shot.
Yeah, I seen that. So I seen that on the blog before I knew who he was or what he was on. And I was like, dang, that's messed up. Dang, he was trying to break up a fight and that's sad.
It's unfortunate.
So it's even weirder to see him, to know that he's no longer here and to see him getting into a fight on TV.
To see him bust up Aaron the Plumber's face before he went, though, was priceless, because he's the one who busted up that boy's face.
Had him out here looking like how Martin was on that one episode.
Listen, with the swole eye foreheads, what area? Yes, girl. But this show's great. I'm not gonna lie. I just wanted to touch base on this. I guess we're not gonna run into any clips. I'm not gonna stress it, girl. If you can't have clips of your show on your page, I don't know what you're doing in life.
I know Erica looked pregnant in this photo.
Erica's far from pregnant. She's had a lot of work on her stomach done, and you can see all the unfortunate scar tissue on her. And it's good. I won't even say she looks good because she don't look healthy. She does not look healthy. She looks cokehead skinny, and I'm really worried about her health, for real. Because ain't no way you're eating and you're skinny, like Beverly Hills white lady, Sutton skinny. Like, I don't like it.
I would say I feel bad, but I don't.
I feel bad for her kids. That's all I can say. I feel bad for her kids because she's got 2 kids and she's out here doing this. I mean, she's making $1, so I ain't worried about her doing the show, but she out here like just wilding on TV, and I'm just not with it. But anyway, moving along, because we're not gonna stress about that show right there, because there's so many more shows for us to get onto. As you can see, I keep hitting this too, girl. Just part of
that's why I had to change it. It feels
I don't work around my arm. We just go together at this point. Okay, so moving on to one of our favorite recent shows that's now into their first season. Their 9th or 10th season of a reunion. No, they're not even that old. I think they're like season 6 or 7. But anyway, Married to Medicine just had their reunion. We are definitely, geez Louise, here to talk about Damon and Dr. G. Go ahead, friend. I'm going to just leave the floor to you because you're really good at leaving your thoughts out, because
after watching the little scene with Damon and Dr. G, I love how Cecil came in and clocked it. I just love how Cecil, I don't know, I just like Cecil. I can't stand his wife, but I like Cecil. Ain't that crazy? How you like the husband, don't like the wife?
It's happened before.
Anywho, Dr. Damon is just like his wife. They don't want to take accountability. Now, when you have me up here defending Dr. G, it's a goddamn problem, because I don't like Dr. G, and I let it be known I don't like Dr. G. It's a problem. But for you to get up there and have an attitude with that man, because he said he don't know what you do, like he know what you do. For you to just take it there and then try to flip it, oh, you don't want to see my patients? And him have to explain. First of all, I ain't got to explain to you who I want to take in or, decide to work with in my practice. But yet you still going to sit up here and defend your wife for calling me something that's illegal, that could have had tremendous ramifications on my business. I mean, your character is already shot because of the things you've done to your ex-wife. So we ain't getting on the character part here. But just from a business standpoint, that lady got on YouTube and got on Twitter and said those things, and you ain't gonna say nothing to her? But you expect me to defend your honor by saying you don't cheat? If you do or you don't, I don't know what you do. Your wife don't know what you do. So how am I gonna know what you do?
He wanted him to speak on his character, and Greg did not do the man code thing. He did not speak out of turn. He did not speak on GP. He said, "Boy, I don't know you like that. I ain't been talking to you like that. I don't hang out with you like that. I don't really mess with your wife like that. So at this point in time, I really question your character. What kind of man marries a woman like that? That's how you should have flipped it. What kind of man marries a woman like that?
A man that's just like the woman.
That's a man that I got a question. And to be fair, Dr. Damon did the same. Dr. Damon was getting on Dr. G about questioning his character about the whole you don't think I would do it. But Dr. Damon literally told Dr. G, he questioned him as a doctor in his practices. Oh, you ain't seeing my patients, because that's the same accusation he's making towards you, like you're making towards him. Like, what?
To be fair, it may have came across that that's what was happening once Dr. Heavenly said what she said. But once Dr. Heavenly said what she said, I don't have no obligations to give you anything. Your wife has said something that can destroy me professionally. This ain't no, oh, he got a bad review from a patient. This is another colleague in the medical practice saying something so atrocious that could cause me to lose money. I don't want to be bothered with y'all. No, don't send on my
lose
patients.
my license. Hello. Not just, I mean, money is the bigger part of it. And that's what the license is tied to. But my whole time I spent in this medical profession will be out the door. It could be. I mean, I'm assuming it's not true, but the whole investigation.
You? Yeah, full of it.
You supposed to Dr. Damon, Dr. G is supposed to protect Dr. Damon, but Dr. Damon does not have to protect Dr. G. And that is all, again, what is wrong with Married to Medicine. Everybody lets what's Heavenly, Dr. Heavenly, run her mouth and say the ugliest things. And every time she did it, everybody just went like, ooh. I'm like, y'all, is y'all sucking D on the platform in the air? What is we doing? Because all I'm seeing is y'all gasping for air. And at the end of the day, she is wrong and nobody is saying anything but
nobody's saying anything.
But Contessa and Sweet Tea, of course, but Sweet Tea's going back and forth with it. She matching your energy. But Contessa's actually trying to talk some sense into you. And she's the only one. Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie just look at there like, well, I don't want this to really be going on right now. Girl, why don't you say, Heavenly, you have got to stop talking about people's mamas, especially if they're gone. You're talking about this girl's botched body, and I'm a OBGYN. I've seen plenty of women go through different types of cancer scares, and you sit over here talking about this woman body, like body shaming her. You are body shaming her, and you had your body done by a doctor. So we ain't even gonna talk about what your body looked like before in the first couple of
Heavenly is a mean-spirited old hag who has mother issues, which in return, she does not know how to be a good friend. She can't be a good friend because she got mama issues. She's always seeking older ladies, i.e. Jackie, approval to be acknowledged for something. In the meantime, degrading the people that really had her back. Her and Contessa were really friends. And what I need, Contessa, I hope you're listening. What I need for you to understand is the type of energy and the time and the friend that you thought you were being for Heavenly, that you were being for Heavenly, she was not giving you the same. And it's okay for you to acknowledge that she hurt you, but now it's time to let that shit go. Y'all can't be friends. You don't like how she disrespected your husband, even though you did play a part, because you have to manage what words you use out here. Mm-hmm. People ain't doing nothing but trying to collect data on you. So when Mad Day come, they can just dish it back out. Y'all not friends. Y'all not gonna be friends. It's okay for y'all to still be in the same circle. You don't got to disrespect her, but you ain't got to be bothered with Heavenly. I think that it's time for Heavenly to get set down for a couple of seasons, because there's no way I would want to work with somebody that does the things that Dr. Heavenly do. If it was me, and I know I just said I press charges, I'd be the one getting charges pressed against, because I would have put my hands on Heavenly. She talked too much. She talked too much. And don't nobody say nothing to her. They don't say nothing to her, and no actions comes towards the things she said. I would have put a restraining order on Heavenly for saying what she said about Dr. G. I would have took your ass to court for definitely.
That would have been a reason. That would have been a good court reason.
You can't do that. You can't do that. You almost destroy somebody's life. And she probably, I just said she always be like, I'm going to say it and I'm going to take it back. No, you said it. You can't take it back, and you need to suffer some consequences behind it. And maybe sitting out a season or two is a consequence. Just like I feel like Dr. Simone need to go. I'm tired of hearing her yapping ass voice sounding like a dog chew toy. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of her. She still to this day can't sit up here and tell us why she mad at Quad. What are you mad at this lady for? Nobody knows. Quad don't know.
That's accurate. That's accurate. She just keeps saying, well, I mean, I think she gets mad at the fact that Quad keeps playing the victim, but she doesn't show up as a friend. Like she keeps saying, y'all not my friend, but Quad consistently shows up and is not a friend to any of those girls. And apparently what Dr. Simone is saying is that Quad only shows up when the cameras are there. So she is not being a genuine friend.
But why would I be a genuine friend to y'all when y'all ain't did nothing but shitting on me since the very first season? Them ladies never liked Quad. Quad was always the underdog. I feel like when Quad got on Sister Circle, that's when it really started going to shit. And what I really think with Quad, with her getting on Sister Circle, this was giving her the opportunity to get her ducks in a row, because deep down inside, I don't think she thought about leaving Greg until she had her money in order. Simone sitting up there was hollering at Quad, you need to get that man the baby. He getting too old. Da, 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 da. If she would have gave that man the baby and he put his hands on her the way he admitted that he put his hands on her, what you had to say then?
Nothing, because they don't keep nobody.
Knew. And then that's another thing. Why would I be you was dating King for a whole year and we didn't know? Bitch, why would I tell you that I was dating somebody when you supposed to be my friend and you went and got my ex-husband who put his hands on me and his new fiance, now wife, to come on the show to X me out? But then when y'all did that, y'all realized y'all actually needed me. I hope Quad understand that these ladies never liked her. They never will like her. And they're going to continue to use her for a storyline. Quad need to exit out of this show.
I'm afraid Quad cannot, because I think Quad feels like a lot of her money is tied to her presence.
And it probably is. It probably is.
I just really hope that King is really who he says he is to her. And I hope they get it together, because I don't know. But what I wanted to show was a clip of Contessa responding. Because yeah, I agree with everything you said about Quad. Not even gonna hold you. Like, I can't even add no value to that, because you said it all. You clocked it. Because at the end of the day, like, they're mad old idiots. You know what I'm saying? They old man, and if you ain't got a degree, they look down on you. Like, that's just how they are, and that's how it's always been. That's how they looked at Toya like that at first, until Toya started standing up and speaking for herself and not switching. That's why they kept talking about her switching homes and all the rentals and stuff, because none of that really matters in reality. She's probably the happiest one in her relationship out of everybody, and that's probably why they picked her relationship. How are you so happy and you ain't got enough more money than us?
Because it ain't about money, and that's where a lot of people, people out here in this world are so materialistic that you can find joy in the smallest things, but you let what somebody else back in the day that's probably dead and gone dictate how you choosing to live your life. That's just like with Jackie. I don't care what nobody say. Jackie is a lipstick closeted lesbian that's trapped behind that side door. but she realized she too damn old to divorce Curtis says. Curtis is a creep. And nobody talks about that. He is a creep. He cannot keep his hands to himself.
I saw that.
And the way he pulled down, I forgot what season that was, but the way he pulled Toya down on his lap, Dr. Eugene, you better do me because I would have smacked the shit out of him. You better keep your hands off my wife, sir. I don't care if you was joking or not. It's some stuff as a married individual, especially when you're in the circle of married individuals, should be off limits. Nah, double back into Love and Marriage Huntsville, we seen some stuff not off limits. But on this show, some stuff should be off limits. Keep your hands off that man's wife.
He's a pervy. He's a curvy pervy.
Creep. A big creep.
But the only I'm with you. The only person I really like is Cecil, and
I do like Cecil.
I like, and
that's another thing. Now that I'm thinking about it, now that you said you like Cecil, I'm gonna clock it. Simone, Dr. Simone, does not like Quad because Cecil like Quad.
Oh, you just answered your own question there, didn't you?
Dr. Simone don't like Quad because Cecil like Quad. Cecil always backing Quad up on some shit. Well, you should invite Quad. You should do this. Quad this. Yeah.
I think Cecil is like has that obsession with fabulous women, like Marceau has the obsession with Mel. So like he's like, I don't know, Cecil's almost like the gay best friend. He's like, oh my God, I want a fabulous woman. And he thought Simone was her. And then he realized, oh, she's mid. She's a good woman, but she
ain't no damn mid. She is low grade. Cause that damn I'm still harping on her damn reunion look. Oh, Jesus.
She was Letitia's tissue the whole time. Come cry on my tissue, girl. Come cry on my tissue. I'm a big tissue today. But no, but yeah, Cecil just wants somebody that's fabulous, and he loves fabulousness, and you could tell he appreciates a fabulous, strong, independent woman, and that's what Quad is trying to become and striving to be. Not saying she hasn't always been, but she's like, you could tell she's striving to be that girl, and she's got it. She's got it. Quad. You know what I'm saying? But Miss Quad, she got it. Like she really do. But I just think she's really trying to find herself. And I think Cecil loves that. And he definitely wants that around his wife. He wants that to rub off on his wife, but it just won't, because you saw the difference in the outfit. Cecil saw the difference in the outfits. I know Cecil was disappointed, like, damn. She looked like she looked like the first sample version. You know how when you do the sample version of the outfit in
and you're thinking the tailor is supposed to, make it look better.
She looked like her outfit was the muslin that we did the outline of the outfit, and then Quad wore the actual outfit that was what was supposed to be the outfit. That's what she gave. And for those of y'all don't know, muslin is like a cheap fabric that they use. All the designers use when they want to just create the outline and the shaping of it, and then they create the detail after that, which is like Quad's beautiful collar that she had in that purple dress. That if you go back in our other shows, you'll see that we did a reunion look and stuff. So you will definitely get to see the looks that we're talking about. But yes, girl, clock it, because that's what it is. She is jealous. She's jealous, and she don't know it. I don't know if it's subconscious or if it's in the foreconscious or what, but she should know it. But I don't think she do. Anyway, so I did want to show I think Contessa should be redeemed after Dr. Heaven. I'm gonna call her Heavenly. I don't even think she deserves doctor in front of it.
I agree.
I think Heavenly would beat that lady up enough, and I want to go ahead and give Contessa some redemption of why her breasts are what Heavenly calls botched, which they're not botched. They're just very natural breasts in the way that she's been presented with life. So here we go.
Hey guys, I don't know if you tune into Married to Medicine, but I got so many texts and calls, I felt compelled to send a quick little message to you guys to tell you I don't have any breast. I know people have said so many crazy things, but for anyone who's had what I had, which was a bilateral mastectomy, I've had all of my breast tissue removed. And so what you see beneath my skin is implants. And I'll tell you, I'll take Implants, upside, downside, turn in, out. I don't care if they are asymmetrical, but I take that over breast cancer any day of the week because I want to be here to raise my children. But if someone would like to insult what they see, feel free. Argue amongst yourself. Low hanging fruit. I understand it. But just understand that use the right term. It's just cleavage. That's what you're looking at because I don't have any breast tissue anymore. It was removed. God bless you. Hey.
Boom. Take that, Heavenly.
Dr. Contessa, I want you to stop being a victim. Let's just look at the video and the picture. It's clear that you're not even the same size between the video and the picture. You was skin and bones. It looked weird. You want to talk technicality, explaining why your titties look the way they get. Implants or breast tissue, they still titties. They still look weird because you don't have no weight on your body because you was over there stressing. I need you to stop worrying about what Dr. Heavenly is saying to you. Like, it should not matter. I'm happy that you divulged that very personal information because that information could help somebody along the way. But the way you keep harboring is she the only person on your lane? Because you keep harboring over what Dr. Heavenly got to say. We don't care what Dr. Heavenly got to say. We need to talk about why she got that big ass hair in her head, looking like she doing the Go Naked campaign. We can talk about her ugly ass dress that looked like it should have been on a mannequin in the showroom for a bridal gown. Like, we can go in on the fact that she had some work done to her body. Like, stop letting what just Dr. Heavenly say affects you. That's how I feel about it.
Well, I wasn't expecting that reaction.
Because she just come off
I'm
as
here
a
for it.
victim all the time. And I just
I'm
need
here
her.
for it.
She do say stuff to Heavenly, and I get with it, but it's like we know Heavenly just be throwing shit at people. It seems like she lets what Heavenly says to her or about her really affect her. And that's a problem.
I don't know. I agree with what you're saying as far as she does let Heavenly get to her, but I also feel like she's the only voice against Heavenly. So she's going to continue to speak up. I think if she were to keep not saying anything, it would just keep going on and nobody's going to speak up and say anything. So for me, what I hear is her speaking up and saying like, girl, I think it's a part of her storyline. I think she's playing into it. I really don't think she cares what Heavenly says. I really think she might be stressing about other things because she did lose a lot of weight. It doesn't look her muscle definition is there, but there is definitely some body mass like loss. And I'm not just talking about this area. I'm talking about like her legs, and she's already kind of slim built, so it already looks like she's already slim. So I think losing the weight did not make her look better. And I don't know if building up body fat can create breast tissue. I'm not a doctor, but at the end of the day, nobody cares about your boobs, girl. Like the only person that should care about your boobs is your husband. And if he my husband like them, girl, that's all I care about.
And that's why I said we didn't even need this. Nobody was coming for Contessa after Heavenly said what she said. Everybody was coming for Heavenly after Heavenly said what she said. We don't need this extra stuff. You're going to have to let it go. You're going to have to let it go. And the other ladies, they don't say nothing to her because I can almost guarantee you, since Toya is from Detroit, having the same Detroit state of mind, this is a drunk ass auntie that's always talking shit. I ain't worried about what she's in. That's how I would deal with Heavenly. Yeah, that's that drunk ass auntie. She always be talking shit. Don't nobody be listening to her, girl. You crazy if you listen to her. Like, that's the vibe that Heavenly gives me. So I'm not even gonna give her none of my energy.
I would just claim emotionally instability. That girl's chemically imbalanced. She bipolar or something. Let me go ahead and mind my business.
Absolutely. Something is off.
Let's be on crack or something. I don't know.
Something.
Let's be crack. Okay. All right. I think we've said what we've had to say. about this whole show. And
Man,
I pray the rest of the show, I don't know what it's gonna be about, but I feel like Sweet Tea and Quad are gonna go into it. But what I do hope to say is that I hope that they do, because I know somebody mentioned that Quad did kind of go in on their relationship, and they called out the specifics of what went wrong with Quad and the King situation. They did kind of shed some light on that. They were like, Quad, you were kind of bragging and bringing up you brought your ex into the conversation, which was not even necessary, and then you wonder why kind of all of this tends to happen. So I do want to call Quad out for being one of those victims as well, because she's the biggest victim on the show.
she was very antagonistic. I feel like that, you know,
I
with
really
that
think
particular
so.
episode, it didn't have to go the way it went, but they both,
Oh,
Dr. Greg and Quad, have to stop lying to themselves. They are not healed at all. They have
no.
not reconciled that situation, and it's always going to be a problem. What Quad need to recognize is that who you thought was your friend group was only your friend group because of who you were married to.
I think what Quad needs to recognize as well is more so you start shit. Like you are a person that throws the rock first. You will hide your hand. You will sit there and play dumb. Like she needs to acknowledge that. Like you can't just go around being like, I can say what I want, do what I want, and then turn around and tell somebody, oh no, you can't talk to me like that. Like that's not how this works. Like you
You
really
can't
can't
do
sit there
something.
and dog that relationship and be like, nobody cares that you had sex with your man 15 times a day or 15 times a week. Like no one really cares. If you want to share it, that's awesome. You are amongst a bunch of married couples, so I like to see how your relationship is in about 10 years and how often you're having sex, Quad. But you got to get there to know. But at the end of the day, like I really think that she got to like learn how to take more accountability for the things that she says and her actions that she does that affect other people first. Go ahead. I see you trying to say
But in defense of Quad, and I don't want to really defend her because I do agree, we were playing a game. The question was asked. You can't get mad if 15 is my answer for real. If 15 is my answer, 15 is my answer. What the issue was is Greg is really mad because he wanted that ass and he couldn't get none. They weren't intimate. You know, the things that, oh, I'll have a baby for him right now. Quiet, you didn't need to go, you didn't need to do all that. But in the same token, Dr. G, you're there with your wife. What Quad is saying shouldn't even matter to you. That's why I have a huge problem with that. With her dumb ass sitting up there recording him singing that song about how y'all both look stupid. And then you were so prideful of making the song that you went around and took it around to your friends and played it for them. And Dr. Eugene is dying. In his
laughing
confession,
at you, not with you.
in his confessional, he said, "Baby, I hope you don't ever hurt me that bad." And you want to tell me you healed and you went and married somebody else? Get out of here with that. Mm-mm. But yeah,
So,
Dr. Kitessa, I
and
don't
isn't
think
he a therapist? What kind of doctor is Dr. Greg again?
he's a psychologist, girl.
Right.
So
That's the scary part.
just seeing his behavior, knowing what profession he's in, you know what kind of doctor he is, I would not want him to be my doctor. I would not want him to be my doctor at all.
I mean, some people do better judging others than themselves,
They do.
but I wouldn't want him to be my doctor.
It's
I
just
agree. I'm not with it. I just
his
feel like
his disposition worries me. If you're a psychologist and you're speaking to a woman, you already have this disposition about women. He gives me very old school vibe. A woman is supposed to be at home, barefoot, giving birth to a million
great.
children, and being a homemaker. So if that's how you think about women when you're giving out medical, information, that's how it's gonna come across. I think Dr. G and Sweet Tea need to. I think they need to step away. But I honestly like Sweet Tea, and I thought she would have been good for the show itself. But but not with Dr. G. She's not going to be able to be her true self with him around, which means she's not going to be authentic enough to be on this show.
That's true. And she's conforming to that dated, antiquated thinking of Dr. G's traditional wife. They call it trad wife. If you Google it on Instagram, it's called a traditional wife, and they call it trad wife for short. She's giving the at home pregnant barefoot, and if that's how she want to be, that's how she want to be. Because girls in the South are raised to be that way. Like back in the day, we was raised to be that way. So it's like it's kind of like handed down. It is definitely a problem. It's like she doesn't have a voice, and I feel like if you can only have a voice when you're in private with your husband, like girl, you might as well go Muslim.
She can't even have a voice when she in private with her husband, because we seen when she went upstairs, she trying to shush him to remind him, look, we mic'd up. You don't want to say. You just don't want to be in a relationship where you feel like you're on eggshells. And even with the reunion, Quad was saying little backhanded shit, but T was saying shit too. So my thing with T is, if you're gonna be on the show and you think you can read, I'm gonna tell you now you can't. Everything you try to say, it never lands. You need to go ahead and pay you somebody like Phaedra was paying somebody to come up with her reads, because it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Woo, that's a real live read, baby. Cause Sweet Tea ain't got it, Bookie. You're a sister, and I just expected more from you from the read area, and you just don't. I guess your sister, which is a spicy one, I remember her. She might do all the reading in the family. Cause y'all know Sweet Tea is a twin sister. Okay, so go ahead, friend. One more thing before we move on.
No, I was just saying, she is a twin sister, and I know if I had a twin sister and she was experiencing stuff, I'll wrap her hair around my fist and drag her ass off that TV and say, don't you dare disrespect yourself or me like this. You got to get off the show.
And I think it's her time, especially with being in trying to get pregnant. Like that shouldn't even be the environment for you, girl. Get out.
And she's young too.
Yeah. How old is she? Like, so she's like 34.
She's in her early 30s. But what I'm saying is, what she thinks she might want now is not what she's going to need later. And I have a huge feeling that her and Dr. G are going to get pregnant. And then she's going to realize, I up.
Big.
Then she's going to have to deal with that baby
time
by herself.
It'll be too late then. And that's how it works in life, y'all. It'll be too late. Once you realize and you got that baby, you're like, oh snap, maybe I meant something. Again, let me ask y'all again, Sweet Tea, did you watch the previous seasons of Married to Medicine with Dr. G while you were popping in the season? Oh, and that read Quad did, talking about if you had popping in that man's DM, promising the baby you ain't delivered on.
But let's clock you, Quad. Let's clock you, because you want to go do IVF with King when y'all can't even be on the same wavelength about moving in together with each other. And then you're gonna go do an IVF with a woman that's on the show, but you know she don't like you.
She don't know that yet.
She the only woman that can deliver IVF services in Atlanta?
She don't know that yet. She don't know that's not her friend yet. She still thinks them girls are friends. But she need to listen to this podcast, Quad. PSA, them girls are not your friends. AKA Miss Wendy Osefo. Okay. So with that all being said, there was a lot to dive into, I know, because there was really some deep tea we hadn't really talked about, and that came out in this reunion today. I mean, yesterday, but at the end, girl, I don't know what day it is, but at the end of the day gotta end. And we gotta move on to the next topic. Ooh, wait, y'all. Okay, y'all. This is my favorite show. This is like hands down. Me and Miss O go way back with this show, okay? 90 Day Fiancé is our show. And since we love the 90-day episodes and the seasons, like we've really been engaging in all the spinoffs. So most recently, I like to go over. I don't know why I said that. I'd like to review the 90 Day Fiance Last Resort, because there's been so much tea going down about Jasmine, y'all. Jasmine has now said that, in case y'all didn't watch the last reunion this Sunday, Jasmine has been announced her pregnancy. She kind of announced it a few weeks before when the preview for the reunion was released and she walked out pregnant. She announced her pregnancy on social media. All types of rumors were circulating because in the last episode that we have all saw, her and Gino were recommitting themselves and recommitting themselves in an open relationship where she had already predetermined a partner that she wanted to be with, and Gino had agreed to it. Although it kind of changed last minute. I think Gino said anybody but Matt, but clearly it stayed Matt, friend. Let's go ahead and pull up this picture real quick. I want to know what y'all think. Now, Jasmine is typically a very skinny girl. Like, she gives off, I'm sure she sucks it in like the rest of us. But at the end of the day, is this giving pregnancy belly, friend?
It's definitely giving pregnancy belly. So that's why I was trying to go back and calculate the birth versus the recording of this video, and because something is off. When she walked out pregnant, the face that Gino made.
I'm glad you said that. Accurate. Sick. Sick to his stomach.
So she probably definitely was pregnant already. That's why the open marriage was even brought up.
I think that's what everybody believes. I think, actually, you know what? I think that was actually something that, because I think she had made some posts about it being in April 2024 when they filmed that. But it's April now, and that baby's a little over 6 weeks old. She thinks she's had the baby, right?
Yeah, well, I believe so.
All right, well, let's just run this clip real quick and just see what we got here.
Okay, it sounds like Jasmine is ready to go. Can we bring her out?
I have some very big news to share, and I don't know how people are going to react.
So let's please welcome her. Come on out, Jasmine.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, my God. Oh,
wow. Surprise.
What? Oh, my goodness. Jasmine, hi.
You caught me dry.
Look at that face. He looked like he wanted to just dash over there and just stab her with a stake. Right in the heart. Look what you did to me, bitch. Oh my God. Gino, it's your fault though. You really thought you were going to have a successful relationship with a woman that you got with from a sugar baby site. Let's be serious.
This is nasty. This is nasty work.
Nasty work. I don't feel bad for him though.
I don't either. Just a little bit of background for those of y'all who are not familiar with the 90 Day storyline. Gino brought Jasmine over from Panama many, many moons ago. And Jasmine was giving a little bit of gold digger vibes, because she was needing a lot of money to live her life, this expensive lifestyle she was trying to live in Panama City, I think. Gino eventually, she had a job at a school, at a university, and Gino eventually shared, at one point in time, he was talking to his ex-girlfriend, and he was bragging about Jasmine, which is insane in retrospect now. He was bragging on how hot she was, even though he doesn't sleep with her now. He outwardly is outspoken about that. He does not sleep with her right now because of her attitude. But anyway, that flashback, he showed off her pictures, got her fired from the job, And eventually she came over here. He did not bring her children over, did not put them on a visa. So she is over here in America trying to make it work. It really gave off, in my opinion, friend, that she loved him or learned to love him and his old stinky socks. And I think she really just believed too much in him, and he was misleading. Like, he definitely gave misleading. He was not transparent. Jasmine became transparent after a while. She told about the times, about the friends, about the whatever. Jasmine confessed. Gino is yet to be a confessor. He is hiding everything. He's as lurky and murky as this picture makes him look.
And his family was even on Jasmine's side last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, it initially
at first they thought she was what you call it for the money, but then they turned. Yeah, you're right. They did have her back.
Initially, it started off like that, but I think she really grew to love him, and he wanted to holler about her being materialistic. But sir, before you shared those photos, Jasmine had a way to make her own money. So what you were giving her was a upside of the website she was on. You started explaining you can't come in hot and then dwindle off and think she not gonna expect what you've been giving her, whether she your sugar baby or she your wife.
You're right. They did start on that sugar baby website. Yeah.
Or in Gino's defense, as far as being intimate with her, I can get why he don't want. It probably wouldn't get up for me either if I had this lady yapping in my damn ear all day. Yap, 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 yap. It might, but at some point, dude, she got an attitude because you ain't doing it.
At some point, the problem fixes itself, right? Exactly. If you just bear down once or twice and deal with it, and that's what, yeah. They were both going to say the same thing. Like, you got this hot wife to sleep with her. So why are you not sleeping with this woman? That she's beautiful woman you scouted on a sugar baby website from Panama. Like, why? And then he brags about the other women that he's been with, and he's been, he's brought a woman from Panama over before, and da da da. So it's like you really went 9 months without sleeping with your wife. She asked you to have an open marriage on the last resort. You gave in for some odd reason. You gave in. You definitely didn't want to. And now you're sitting over here mad at her because she's pregnant by somebody else. And because
you see this comment up here, it's kind of small on my end, but it's not at the bottom. I mean, at the top. The Diva, the Davy. I can't really see it. Would you see what they say?
I'll read it out loud. Ladavi 624 says, so I want to be clear. We're mad she moved on. We didn't want her. He ain't want to sleep with her. Didn't even want to hug her, which is true. All caught on camera. Never did a good thing about her. Complained about how abusive she was. Why are we upset that she is with Matt now? And why are we rooting for Rob, who was mad at Sophie, wanted an indoor toilet? Let's forget the constant talking to other women. This is what we're doing now. Clock that. And that's what it came to. So during the reunion of the show, like a couple of the guys have his back because they're thinking, oh, we've all seen Jasmine go off on the show. Like, you see her go clean off and turn, veins start popping out of her neck and
it's
head,
overboard,
like in the cartoon, and it's very much overboard. So I do understand to a certain extent that is the problem. However, if what she's popping off at the veins for is because you're not sleeping with her, then sleep with her. That is your wife. You are that is how you consummate a marriage. So while she's over here licking your toes on live TV, you can barely hug her, and you're like, oh, no, that's too much. That's too much. But you're beating your meat almost every day with using a little blue pill just to get it to work. In my opinion, it don't work. And I think Miss O, you think he would. Why you think he won't do it?
Because he gay.
Clock it. And I definitely think he's got some bisexual tendencies where he's like, maybe I went for,
Nobody on this end, I definitely ain't shaming you on this end. My issue is that you won't recognize it and do something about it. If you have a woman that look like that and you're not sleeping with her for years, but you're okay with relieving yourself by yourself, what are you looking at to help aid you relieve yourself? That's what I would like to know. Cause maybe she not his type. I'm not sure, but it's not right. It don't sound right. It don't look right. It ain't right. I'm absolutely fine with Jasmine wanting the things that she wanted in that relationship and getting the things she wanted. She wanted a baby at first. Then she seen how you were and didn't want to deal with that, so she held off on it. Her body, her choice.
Quad. Okay. Saw the qualities in the man that did not register as a good father and said, wait, they don't love me like I love me. You wait. They don't love me like Anyway, but yeah, so I want to show up a little quick video of what Jasmine did used to look like, because I think that's let's clock the T, okay? Because Jazzy was a baddie, okay? This is her at the reunion before she's pregnant. At the they were at the Omni in Arizona, girl. I can't wait to go. I can't wait to go. But yes, this is.
And what do we do?
This is her. I wonder if she still got her lips done. But look at her. I'm hottie from Panama.
She's had a lot of work done. A lot of work done.
Definitely a lot of work done. Definitely got booty implants, got her boobs done maybe once or twice, got her lips done. But at the end of the day, she's a gorgeous lady. Definitely just stuff her sock in her mouth and sleep with her. Like, that's all she wanted. Like, she was licking your dirty toes on TV. I think she would have been DTF. I honestly feel like, let me get back to us. I feel like Gino was a goatee. He wanted to be pegged by this woman. And I don't think he wanted to communicate that to her. And I think that's some of the tendencies that you're talking about. I don't think he's attracted to men. And let's be clear, this is what a goatee is. A beard is a gay man that has a woman to cover up for his story. A goatee is a man who is straight but wants to be pegged and maybe get a little anal stimulation, and things like that. You know what I mean?
Jasmine strikes me as the type that would have been DTF. If he would have expressed that to her, I think Jasmine would have did that. I mean, she let him put the golden shower. I mean,
they did talk about they did a golden shower. And to be fair, you know what? Let me talk about this, because the therapists on this show, they didn't do their job until I saw them really do their job on the after show, which is called like Between the Sheets, I think. Mm-hmm. And that's where they do where the cast actually went back and watched their own show. The same cast that was in the show went back and watched their same show, and they added on to it, and they had a couple bonus scenes. They even brought the counselors in to review some of the situations and scenarios they went through. And to be fair, the counselors should have been there live in those moments, having those conversations. I really don't think there was much counseling for Gino and Sophia and those couples. I really don't think Stacey got enough of what she needed. I mean, maybe towards the end she did with her sister, but she didn't really get resolved with Florian. So I really think it wasn't a great therapy show overall. Let me just say that. Even though those seem like great therapists, I don't think production put them in the room when the situations were really happening. And that for me was a big problem, because Gino and Jasmine should not have walked away with that false promises when you got 3 or 4 professionals in the environment. One actual polygamist who was very much saying this is not how it should have went. Mm-hmm. Why would no one saying this? Because he had to make the show good? Like, that just kind of stems out on the many, many rumors that I hear about 90 Day Fiancé breaking up relationships and not really looking out for the best interests of their talent.
Yes.
Flashback to companies like Zeus, where you hear these things come out about the companies who only want a storyline. They really don't care about how they got there. They just want the story. And to me, that's where you start losing valuable people on the show, because nobody wants to be a part of a toxic work environment.
Yeah.
Sorry, you guys. And so the next scene is going to be Oh, let me go ahead and finish playing out this real quick, and then we're going to talk about Jasmine versus Rob.
Oh, Lord.
How are you doing, my
Good
dear?
to see you, Jasmine.
Wow.
Okay, it sounds like Jasmine is ready to go.
And for those of you just listening, Jasmine's huge. Jasmine's like 8 to 9 months pregnant. I give her 8 because she's not like about to pop. She's like 8 months pregnant in this episode. And Gino's face looks stressed beyond like, oh my God. Like I can't even stand to see her like this, which is so sad and unfortunate. Like, girl, let the girl be happy, bro.
What would you say to Gino?
I would say played out just like I figured it would. I mean,
Oh, sorry. Let me introduce this clip real quick. So this is a clip with Rob and Gino. Rob is actually has been speaking his opinion on their relationship since he got there, not working on his own, sidebar. And he's actually getting into it with Jasmine at this point because he's speaking so much upon their relationship, and he has no buy-in in it. They might have been Gino's friend at the resort. You know, they kind of bonded a little bit, the guys did, but Rob was way out of line for being in this situation. Right, friend?
I totally agree. You too concerned about somebody else's relationship when your relationship is blowing up to shit. And you don't want to be honest about why you and your wife ain't where y'all need to be. Yet Sophie is childish, but I really do feel like she has a reason to react the way she has been reacting. But back to Rob talking to Gino.
All right, let's roll the clip, y'all.
As I was hearing this whole open relationship situation coming into light, and then I was seeing who this guy Matt was and who he was to Jasmine already at that time, I just knew that this was all a plan for Jasmine to be able to be with Matt. And it had nothing to do with an open relationship, had nothing to do with, oh, I think this will be healthy for us, and had everything to do with, how do I get to be with Matt?
I couldn't care less about his opinion. His marriage didn't work well.
Neither did yours.
And yes, so what?
Mine looks a lot better than yours, though.
I take accountability
It's not.
for my marriage not working.
So you take accountability.
I just keep,
so you take accountability for cheating on your husband and getting pregnant by another guy.
Christ. Do I have to explain myself to you?
No, you don't have to explain yourself to me.
Myself to you?
Maybe you should explain yourself to the world.
Outfit, by the
You
way.
are a cheating wife.
You look exactly
You are a cheating wife.
you are a clown. Okay? You are a freaking clown.
Yeah, and you're a pregnant
That's
whore.
what you are.
And you're a pregnant whore.
No!
What?
Please, Jasmine.
What, Jasmine?
Okay, guys.
It's okay. It's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I got it. No, stop. It's okay.
What the is wrong with him? Say it in my face.
I just did.
So first of all, I would like to say that Benny is the only man that was sitting on that stage because he was the only one that got up to intervene. No, damn well Jasmine was not supposed to be taking no shoe off and throwing it at Rob. The fact that Rob think that it was okay to call her a pregnant whore,
girl,
when you like masculine women, sir, you need to go work on yourself.
And we're talking about muscular build, not necessarily like
bodybuilding women who has the physique of a man in the gym. I don't like Rob.
Allegedly.
I used to until I just started. I used to like Rob, and I used to feel for Rob when Sophie used to bring her mama in there because I see the dynamic between Sophie and her mother is jealous of her. If you look at it.
She wish she looked like her.
Rob played in everybody's face with that second phone that we did not discover, I was done with him. The voicemail came on. They played it. The voicemail came on.
Okay, so let's run it back for the listener. Yes, I agree. Rob showed his butt naked tail that I will show you here in a minute. And he he very, very, very much had a phone while they were filming. And there were questions of infidelity kind of floating around the conversation already between him and Sophie. During filming, he's looking at his phone. I guess Sophie's phone is somewhere nearby. And there's another third phone somewhere under. It sounds like it's muffled while they're sitting in the bed, mind you. It's muffled somewhere and it's it's on vibrate. And everybody's checking, like, is that your phone? Is that your phone? Camera crew's like, it's definitely not our phone. We know it's nobody on our
everybody
phone.
is checking their phone, and then it continues to ring till it gets a voicemail, and then it's a voicemail with his voice on it.
And it's on speaker. Oh, that's another thing. It was on a speaker. Like, as a speaker sitting by. Like, nobody knew the phone was going to go to the speaker. So they're hearing it. And Rob's like, it's definitely not mine. I got my phone right here. And then the public speaker goes on and it's like, hey, this is Rob or whatever. And it's like.
So what I think happened, because I have my phone and my iPad hooked up to the same Bluetooth. So whenever I have one of the Bluetooth settings off on either device, whenever I pull out the earpiece, it connects to whatever device the Bluetooth was on. I think that man turned his Bluetooth off on his phone that he had while he was talking to Selfie, which made the other phone connect to that speaker.
And he was not ready for that, baby. He was not ready for that.
Just a piece of work. But
so
back to him and Jasmine getting into it. You don't have any right to say anything about Gino and Jasmine's relationship. He like, your marriage didn't work. Yours didn't work either. You was too concerned about working with looking at everybody else's relationship that you were not investing the time that you needed to be with Sophie. Sophie, you need to grow up. You need to grow up. You need to put your big girl panties on. And you need to move on. Rob is not the guy that you need to be. After seeing that video, I don't know, maybe it was last year or the year before last when they were in the car and somebody was recording and he was just screaming and hollering at Sophie and she was over there crying. I don't know if it was the mom recording. Somebody was recording. It was off season. And just the way he was talking to her, just the way she handles things, they both need to seek some individual professional therapy. And then they just need to realize that they were something in the past. They don't need to be together.
And then they had the nerve to say that they've been sleeping together since the show aired, since they left the resort, which was crazy because they weren't sleeping together before they were married, but then they broke up and then they were sleeping together. And it's just like, Sophie, let that man. He is not a good man. I'm like you. Like, you got to realize he's not the one for you. He's just the man that you wanted for yourself, and he's not it. Like, women date men that are who they want their fathers to be or who their fathers were. And I don't know who your father was, but it gives like that's who you want your father to be. And Rob is not quite. He's very smart. He's very capable. He moved up out the no toilet house and he moved to Austin to get themselves together. But at the end of the day, like, he's not prepared. He's not ready to be a man. And like you said, this clip that we just showed of him cursing out a pregnant woman, stressing out a pregnant woman, calling about the bus pregnant woman a pregnant whore, sending her blood pressure through the roof. Like, if something would have happened to her baby, what would he have said then? Oh, she deserved it? Absolutely not. Unacceptable. Because when you become a father yourself, you realize you don't play with nobody's children's health ever. Definitely. Now, one thing might have been to say, you know what I'm saying? You need to worry about the kids back at home before you bring any new kids into this earth. Now, that would have been something I might have said because that's the truth. But that whole pregnant whore thing and calling her out her name and was just, you're a child.
And Gino was okay with that. Rob said what Gino wanted to say. That's why he said nothing. That's why he didn't intervene.
Gave him a thanks. Have my back, Rob. You know, eat that you want to do, okay? But Yeah, girl, it was just a mess. And Jasmine and Rob have been getting into it. Rob couldn't throw the shoe back, so he went outside the studio and threw the shoe across the street to on a roof to a neighboring building. Nobody even knows if they can get on top of. So, like, that's just how. Since I can't hit her, where's the lighter? I'm gonna try to break her cheap or her shoe. She didn't say cheap, but I'm gonna try to break her shoe. And it was just so like petty. Like you out here really desperate, and you're a cute guy. Like, you could be doing so much other stuff with yourself, but you out here being hateful and upsetting. And I hope Sophie saw that and was super turned off and never slept with you again. I pray.
I agree.
Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, and so now we're going to move on to our final segment, final show rather, and that's going to be Love and Hip Hop. I watched Miami and Atlanta, love them both. I know.
Can we just give Atlanta its 10s? This season has been serving. Miami been real slow and repetitive, but Atlanta has been giving me what I need.
Yeah. What do you think about Trina getting secretly married?
I think she grown. If she want to get secretly married, that's fine. But to get secretly married to somebody that don't nobody know, that's the issue. But from the very start, let me say, all my Trina fans, because I've always been a fan of her music, but her personally, not a fan. She is a mean girl at its best. She always came off like she was better than everybody on the cast. Here you go, you get married to this man that don't nobody know nothing about, and it's clear that you don't know nothing about him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trina,
she done signed her whole half of everything over to this man, and she don't even realize it. She is so smitten, she don't even care.
You know what that's called? Matized. She matized.
Yeah. Yep. She is.
I'm like, for her to be so grown at her age, she's acting like a teenager. And I'm gonna need her to grow up.
Girl. I don't know how much younger he is than her too. I feel like there's a little bit of an age difference in there.
I'm pretty sure if she's not already 50, she's very close to 50.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like he might be like 35, 36. And if you're almost 50 and he's 35, 36, that is a huge age gap. Matter of fact, let me look up how old Miss Trina is.
Swerve and Trina, girl. I don't know. I just feel like her getting married in secret and her getting married on the low was weird, only because it's like you said, it was about who he was marrying and that nobody knew him, and as much shit as you talking your music and your songs and your stories and your who you are and what you'll stand for, he just doesn't give the vibe that you would even like. It's just he just gives like a younger vibe, and there's nothing wrong with a little younger man, okay? But I just don't feel like nothing he's done has showed me that he's got Trina's interest at the forefront of things. It just feels like it doesn't feel like he's really like, I'm sure he's showing some type of emotional support, but I just don't see it. And as close as they are, I shouldn't see her just out here not being able to correct your man after he's throwing water on people and acting up. Like, girl, that's not even anybody I ever saw you with. Somebody you can't even tell him, don't throw water on my cousin. Like,
that's because she don't really like her cousin.
What type of band you got? Yeah, but at the same time, that's your cousin. So if you got a messy cousin, that's one thing. Stop inviting him around, but you continue to invite Bobby around. So clearly you ain't too over him. Because he does, they did say like normally he goes to like to support her in most of her events. And it's usually him there. And it was weird when it wasn't him there.
This thing say that he 46. If he 46, he a good looking 46.
Girl, that man can't be 46.
He might be. There's some good looking men out here higher in age, but that's getting way off topic of his age. I think that man has an ulterior motive, and it's not her best interest at heart.
Definitely not. All right, and the next one is what we already explained. We don't like her husband, but the next one is what do we think about her husband? And I think that's just plain and simple. We just feel like he's just there for a spot on the show.
Yeah,
he might. There you go. He think he gonna get like a spinoff or something. No, he wants some residuals off of Trina.
Because let's be honest, we not watching Love and Hip Hop for Trina. Trina has never been interesting. She's never divulged anything. Whenever she's in a space to be vulnerable, she lock up. So she's not interesting. So if they was to get a spinoff show, I won't be watching.
No. I mean, like after they break up,
I'm not interested in her. I'm not interested in her, and I'm not interested in him.
Yeah. I think some women are interested in him only because it's her.
I guess.
Okay, then there's now. Oh, Amada, girl, you were seen you are guilty of being seen this past couple days ago, of just breaking down, and as a strong woman, breaking down in front of a weak man who is undeserving and on everything of the moment that you gave him, and you still gave him this moment. It's really unfortunate.
Did you see that clip I sent you?
The one that we watched?
Did you see it? No, the one when I was in carpool lane. The one I sent when they are on the cash trip. Oh my God. It picks up where the clip that we're about to discuss left off at.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and play this Amada La Negra and her baby daddy clip, which is painful to watch. I'm not even gonna hold you, but nonetheless, we have to bring you the tea. And this is how Amada decided to be transparent on national TV. Let's watch.
You're trying to make
You're the one who's married. You've always been married. And I'm still here trying to make some work. You don't deserve me and I'm here. I'm telling you, what do you need me to do? I've waited. Let me fix my situation. Till when? Till when you need me to wait for you? You don't even have the balls to tell me, yes, I want to be with you, or no. You leave me lingering, knowing that I love you. And you playing with my emotions. Why do you do this to me? Just tell me no, so I can move on. I haven't been able to move on from you. I faked it so that I can move on with my life, and I haven't been able to. I always have hope that maybe one day you'll see the value in me. One day you'll see that I'm a good woman. This hurts me. Just tell me no. Say no. And I promise I'll leave you alone, but you never say no. You always say maybe. And there's only so much I can wait. Don't do this to me.
I don't want to play with you.
But you do it. You're doing it now. You say for me to wait till you've solved your situation so that we can be a family. If you're never going to be my family, just say that.
That's how you feel?
Yes. If we're never going to be a household, then I'm going to be a single mother, and I'm going to continue having a broken home till I find somebody else that's willing to love my children and me. Just say that.
I don't know.
I don't deserve this, and I feel humiliated. I don't deserve to be humiliated because I'm a good woman. I'm a good daughter. I'm a good mother. I don't deserve this, Abby. Don't touch me.
Girl. Sound like a soap opera. Looked like a Latin soap opera.
A telenovela.
Yeah, there you go. Amada girl. Find somebody else and
I
move
would
on.
say.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that is sad, but she brought that on herself.
Of course, yeah.
You met this man. You met this man through your boyfriend, who was MJ. You knew that he was married. You still decided to breed with him. Then you bring this preposterous idea to have another kid with the man that's not helping you take care of the two kids you already have together. Then you'll get here and give us 5 minutes of tears for a man that you claim has never told you that he didn't want you, when he ain't gotta tell you he ain't want you because he didn't showed you. He's still with his wife. He don't help you take care of his kids, and he play in your face every chance he get. Now, don't get me wrong. As a lady, I've had my experience a time or two of someone that I just felt like I just had to have and be with and crying and said and all that stuff. But how many times you gonna keep letting this nigga play in your face? And might I add, I don't even think he cute. MJ look better to me than he do.
Girl, that hairline be
But see,
driving me
that's what
crazy.
happens when you get
All
caught
that
up
missing
on
hair.
the visual look. He light skinned, he got good hair, he's Dominican, she is, so she want to procreate with somebody to give her beautiful children. Baby girl, you too beautiful for that. When she said, I'm hoping that you will see the value in me, that's when I feel bad for her as a woman. Because you don't see the value in you. So how is he gonna see the value in you when you don't see it? You don't display it.
Accurate.
He can't see a value that you don't put there.
Yeah.
So that was really heartbreaking to see. But he just gonna get her to run around. He gonna spin in some kind of way. He gonna smile in her face, do good for 2 months, dickmatize her, and then move on and
Keep
go back
playing
to
in
the
her
ER
face.
with his wife.
Yeah, he gonna keep doing it because he's fine where he's at. His money is not perturbed. He can have his cake and eat it too. Shame on his wife for just allowing him to be out here in the streets like this and not leaving his ass for publicly embarrassing you and taking pictures of Amada, the negative, before she has her babies and all this stuff. Like, that's weird. That's weird. I don't believe in relationships where unless they admit to have an open relationship, it doesn't feel like it's something that the two parties agree on. And it just gives like, you're just a lifetime cheater. And you're not going to leave your wife because you know she's never going to leave you. And that's weird because that's not healthy. That's toxic. And he should be ashamed of himself. And the fact that nobody on the show has pulled him aside as a man to tell him he wrong as hell about to do Amara like that, especially all these guys and that's what get me. Amara be worried about all these dudes that be on her, but be bothering her and be trying to smell a cootie cat and all that. In reality, none of these men really stand up for you. So why are you even around these men? These men are not even your real friends. Like, stop thinking that these men care about you, and they don't. But again, you gotta care about yourself.
Amada is trying to find the life that she thought that she's trying to find the life that her mama was supposed to live with her daddy and didn't.
Yeah.
She is trying to find her dad. It seemed like the same situation that's going on with Amada and Alan was the same situation that was going on with Amada's parents.
Which seems to be an old, almost like a tradition that, because look at Pedro and his mom and stuff.
Like, I was just about to bring that up.
Yeah, you have the situations where it's just like it becomes a pattern at a point where just because I'm in a foreign country, you think I can allow you to leave and drop off money and keep going. You're taking advantage of these women in these situations where they need help, and you're really just ruining their lives and their children's lives.
Yep.
Which is crazy. But yeah, and lastly, we can just go ahead and jump to ATL, girl. Love and Hip ATL.
Woo. You been giving ATL. I ain't even gonna lie. You been giving.
Lil Zane and Bambi's boyfriend. Fake Future, which I don't think he looked like a fake Future.
He don't look like a fake Future. I actually like him, but Lil Zane, if you don't stop slobbing on Scrappy's knobbing, bruh, this ain't got nothing to do with you. You don't even know them like that. Why you all up? You know what I loved about what's Bambi fiance name? Ray. You want to know what I love about him? Cause while Lil Zane, little man syndrome ass was standing there all up in his face talking that shit, that man was like, that's all. Like, let you know you are not bothering, bro. You can keep talking, but you make one wrong move, I'm gonna whoop your ass up in here. And I was loving all the energy that Ray was giving him. Because this don't got nothing to do with you.
Man,
nothing.
You and your fake
and
jewelry. He said all your jewelry fake.
You,
and I feel like all his Zane jewelry is
all of it. He's talking about, you know what it is, convict. Nigga, when the last time convict did anything? Then you got his wife up there. Don't act like my man ain't fine. He ain't. This ain't 1999, 2000. Girl, stop.
Don't nobody want Zane. Don't nobody want Zane. They thought he was cute back in the day, but he looked like an old has been burnt out with a one-hit wonder that looked exactly the same.
Just
get that exact same image because he held on to it forever because he's just living in the moment.
But you see what's wrong about that? Back then, when you was hot, you a teenager. You a 40-year-old man now. You can't hold on to what you was doing at 17. Nigga, you ain't swerving around the stage with 112 no more. Stop.
Accurate.
Like, he really got under my skin with that. They don't got nothing to do with you. You defending the man that, one, you don't know that long, and then two, he ain't even here. He having a baby with
his girl no more.
Like, leave it alone. Leave it alone.
He having a whole, what'd you say? He having a whole baby. Come on now.
Talk about, I feel like you was cheating on him all along. And he wasn't. Like, come on. Stop it. Please.
But men like him can do no wrong. And that's because they mama's boys and their mama's telling them they can't do no wrong. And that's just how it is. He just likes Scrappy. And that's why birds of a feather flock together, because ew. Him and Kirk and Scrappy. Speaking of Kirk.
The three earrings.
Kirk Frost. And to hear the recent what I think was it you that it was something that I was watching. It was like I was watching the most recent episode.
Oh, the documentary.
Off camera, they had mentioned that Rashida and Yandy got into it, and someone I want to say it was Rashida or Yandy that was saying, "Ain't none of the you ain't none of y'all my friends." Me and my man, oh yeah, it was Rashida. She's like, the only man that's here for me is Kirk Frost. It was like, whoa, and Jock was like, yeah, that's your husband. You should say that, but Kirk ain't really there for you. Okay. He was giving that vibe. And it was so embarrassing. I was like, now, of course, they didn't film it. So that was it was caught like behind the scenes and all that because they had went out after that night, and then it came up in real life. Girl.
See, what happens is when you get two ladies in a group who can't be real with themselves because their relationships ain't real in real life, you get a clash of Yandy and Rashida.
Right.
Neither one of them broads look. This my nigga, he cheat. I ain't going nowhere. It is what it is. If I ain't got no problem with it, y'all shouldn't have no problem with it. If them hoes would have just laid it out there on the table just like that, we wouldn't have nothing. We still have something to talk about because we think you a fool. But to sit up here and act like we don't see what we see, girl, y'all need to go back and put on that Cherish CD and play Fool for You. Y'all should not. That should be y'all empowerment song. I won't be no fool for you no more. No more. I mean, Yandy, Mendices do not want you. I feel like Mendices is staying with Yandy because she held that nigga down when he went to jail. Yeah. And he feel like he owe her something. That's the only reason why I feel like he's staying with, because he ain't staying with her for the kids.
Do he owe her
interacting
something?
with them kids like that.
Do he owe her something? I think he interacts with Mendices Jr.
I think she feel like he owes her something. So he's sticking around to show that he's repaying her. But with what? Tomfoolery? Because you look
walking
like
around with no
ass.
ring on.
Nah, I got a ring, but I don't wear my ring. I work with fondant and icing and all kind of stuff at work. I'm not wearing my ring. My dude don't have a ring. He don't wear rings. But everybody know that man married. He let it be known. Somebody say something, your girlfriend or my wife. Like,
it ain't it's complicated.
People know that man is married. Ain't no complicated. People know. So the whole ring thing is to each his own. She want that man to wear a ring to make her feel good about what they got going on.
Well, maybe he took his ring off. He took his ring off because he wasn't happy in the relationship in the direction that they were going. So I think she wanted the ring on to not only make herself feel better, but to show that her marriage was secure, which it wasn't. I think it was more so about her and Mendices putting on that front, like you said, because she's not checked into reality with the real relationship. Because if he's just hanging out at strip clubs, that's a problem. It's crazy.
He hanging out at them strip clubs because you up bebopping around from this state to this state, and you ain't giving him no. So he around doing what he feel like he can do.
I feel like she might be trying. I feel like she's definitely. If my man was walking around with no ring and I'm sitting here trying to win him back, I'm definitely not gonna not give him the booty. So I definitely feel like she's doing everything because in the recent episode she said that she hopped in his DMs, like she's already logged into his DMs, she's already logged in, she's already tapped in to what he got going on, which is already a red flag. Why you got so much access to this man's account?
Let me explain to you why all of that is a crock of bullshit.
Okay,
so you so mysteriously logged in to his information, but when you go to pull up with Jessica right here to discuss it, he don't want it. What's this? I ain't got no time for that. Because it was true. It was Mendices, but you wanted to put it on. You would take the bullet for whatever going on in your relationship. You rather you sit up there and look stupid and be embarrassed than for that nigga to be called out for cheating, or being in somebody DM ain't cheating, but it's a way to get to cheating. You know you married, you ain't supposed to be in nobody DM. But instead of you saying, yeah, my nigga slipped up, we was beefed out, and he wanted to prove a point that he still looked good and he could pull the hose, so he jumped in somebody DM. You don't want to sit up here and say that you logged on into his DM, message this girl that you didn't know was supposed to be your friend's niece, and did all this. So either you creating a storyline or you a liar. And I think you're a liar who happened to use that lie to create your storyline.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Wendy, you look like a fool. Prune Sheeta, as Scotty by Nature TV would say, Prune Sheeta, you been a fool. You been a fool. K. Michelle been told you Rashida got bags. Her man is a girl. Like, come on now.
Yeah, K. Michelle will read somebody and it will be
Girl, I
accurate.
miss K. Michelle. That's why it's K. Michelle that got on my damn nerves with some of her little antics that she has done.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody gonna ever make me hate K. Michelle, and ain't nobody gonna make me like that prune sheeta bra over there at Love and Hip Hop ATL, because the way you sit up there and disrespected K. Michelle, and then when it came out, the truth came out, and you still sit up there on your high horse like you was better than her. When your man dogging you out like that and had a baby on you, and you think you better than somebody else, I'll read Rashida down all day, every day. Fuck K. Michelle. I ain't gotta have a reason. You're gonna get a shot every time we talk about Atlanta. I'm letting y'all know that audience. Over here, Miss O is doing the shot every time we talk about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I don't like her. Did you hear when Jess had that conversation? She said she liked Rashida and Kirk relationship. She was on Shannon Sharp. Yeah, just hilarious.
Oh,
she was like, they stand the test of times. I don't want to stand no times with a test like that. Absolutely not.
I want to fail that test. Fail me.
People be cheating and stuff. I'm not okaying it or nothing like that. But I feel like I can, with help and guidance, be able to get myself back to you, depending on the level of cheatation. A baby?
Girl.
Baby, bye. Have a nice day. You gotta go. You gotta leave. So please don't make it hard for me. Vivian Green. We out of here. No. Gotta let it go. But some people say, well, Rashida still stand because they got all these businesses tied together and all this stuff. Baby, the type of pain and turmoil that Kirk is giving you, I'll pay a meal to be free.
No, for real. You said it all. Couldn't have said it better myself.
I just don't get it.
Free Rashida.
Free Rashida.
Free Mendici. Because Mendicis don't want to be there.
Free Mendici. He don't want to be there either.
Yandy wants to go run the world. Let Yandy go run the world. Her and Mendicis can be best friends. They can still mess around. Hell, they can even have an open relationship like your girl Candy and Todd. Like you showed me Candy and Todd. But it don't look like Mendicis want to be where he at with you, girl.
And since you brought up Candy and Todd, I actually think they are a good example because we're not going to sit up here in front. Candy is the breadwinner. But it makes me feel like Todd understands that, but he also knows his significant role when it comes to him being her husband. She can run all this shit and making this money and doing all that, but I have to serve a certain role for her. And that's being her husband. And I'm good at that job. Some people just don't know where they fit in at. And
somebody don't
Kirk and Rashida definitely don't know where they fit in at. And Yandy and Mendicis don't know where they fit in at. They don't know where they fit in at. And I'm tired of seeing them on my TV screen. Yandy and Mendicis, you can take your ass back to New York. Prune Sheeta and Kirk, you can get up off my TV. Take Carly Red with your ass.
Please take Carly with you, y'all. She can. I like her on the show, but I feel like she's just sabotaging her own personal life the whole way, and I just hate to see that trash.
Who, Carly Red? Because she's still Carly Red gives me a person that is grown in age but not in stage. And what I mean is I don't know what happened to her, but it's like her growth as an adult was stunted somewhere. So she's stuck at 17, 18 dealing with doughboys. Ma'am, you are over 50 years old. You have to conduct yourself as an adult. It is clear. How many seasons we on? Like 13 seasons of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Each season, there's a different man, a different proposal, a different engagement, and then a marriage. This is like your third or fourth marriage on Love and Hip Hop. You are picking the wrong men.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's because you don't know yourself. She cannot be alone.
Yeah.
She already got her and this guy is about to get a divorce, and I guarantee you she already got a new guy already in play already. Because she can't be alone.
She
has
can't. That's her big
abandonment
problem. She definitely has abandonment issues, daddy issues, and maybe even some mama issues because the way she manages her daughter. I definitely feel she could probably take a few seasons off and focus on herself and really make her happy and not try to base her life to make a storyline happen. Like, you need to really base your life to make your life happy. But I say all that to say that comes to wrapping up all of our shows and our segment of the Reality Report rundown. And I am appreciative to always have you guys listen. Please go ahead and close us out, friend.
Well, we thank y'all for being here with us. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at The Reality Check Report. Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all. Peace.